In the vast panorama of Hermetic philosophy, the principle of cause and effect holds a central place. This ancient teaching prompts us to reflect on the inextricable relationship among all phenomena in the universe. From the most insignificant events to the profound cosmic laws, this principle reveals that every action generates a reaction, and that everything in the universe is interconnected in an eternal dance of causes and effects. Hermetic philosophy traces its roots to ancient Egypt and is attributed to the mythical figure of Hermes Trismegistus, known as the Thrice Great. According to tradition, Hermes was the bearer of hidden knowledge and the founder of alchemy and astrology. His legacy is embodied in Hermetic texts, such as the famous Corpus Hermeticum, which has influenced various philosophical and spiritual currents throughout history. Greetings to all members of the Apprentice Channel. This is a space dedicated to exploring the mysteries of the world and acquiring diverse knowledge that allows us to achieve our inner fulfillment. If you are a seeker of knowledge, we invite you to join our community and become a part of it. Together, we can explore the mysteries of the world and acquire knowledge that helps us grow and develop. Welcome to the Apprentice Channel. Let's continue. The principle of cause and effect stands as one of the fundamental pillars of Hermetic philosophy. This principle postulates that every effect has a cause, and every cause has an effect. Nothing occurs randomly, and everything we experience in our lives and in the universe has a reason behind it. This understanding leads us to recognize that our actions, thoughts, and emotions have consequences, both in our own existence and in the environment around us. We are responsible for our choices and must embrace the repercussions of our actions, whether positive or negative. This principle encourages us to be mindful of our intentions and to carefully consider the possible consequences before acting. Hermetic philosophy also upholds the law of correspondence, which states that as above, so below, as below, so above. This implies that the principles governing the universe on a grand scale are reflected in smaller patterns, and vice versa. Applying this concept to the principle of cause and effect, we can infer that the same laws governing causes and effects at a microscopic level also operate at a macrocosmic level. In other words, our individual actions can have repercussions on a collective level, and vice versa. This understanding leads us to recognize the interconnectedness and interdependence of all beings and phenomena in the universe, urging us to make conscious and responsible decisions that promote common well-being. Hermetic philosophy not only concerns itself with the material and tangible aspects of reality, but also encompasses the spiritual sphere. In this context, the principle of cause and effect takes on an even deeper dimension. It teaches us that our actions and choices not only have consequences in the physical realm, but also impact our spiritual growth. According to Hermetic philosophy, our actions and thoughts are connected to the spiritual plane, and therefore have an impact on our evolution. Every choice we make, every intention we hold, generates an energetic vibration that reverberates through the subtle planes of existence. These vibrations determine the quality of our experience and guide us on our path towards self-realization. This principle finds a direct correlation with the law of karma. Karma is the cosmic law of cause and effect applied to the spiritual plane. It asserts that our actions, words, and thoughts create a flow of energy that eventually returns to us in the form of experiences and circumstances. In other words, we reap what we sow. The concept of karma is not a fundamental teaching of Hermetic philosophy itself. Karma originates from religious and philosophical traditions in India, such as Hinduism and Buddhism. However, Some principles and teachings of Hermetic philosophy may find points of connection or similarities with the concept of karma in terms of the interaction of cause and effect in life and spiritual evolution. In Hermetic philosophy, emphasis is placed on the idea that our actions, thoughts, and emotions have consequences in our lives and in the universe at large. We are encouraged to take responsibility for our choices and to be aware of the repercussions of our actions. While this may share certain similarities with the concept of karma, it's important to note that Hermetic philosophy is based on its own principles and teachings, including the law of correspondence, the principle of mentalism, and other fundamental Hermetic concepts. Karma isn't just a punitive retribution, but an opportunity to learn and grow. It offers us the chance to experience the consequences of our actions, and through reflection and self-transformation, evolve spiritually. The principle of cause and effect, coupled with the law of karma, urges us to be mindful of our choices, cultivate noble intentions, and live in accordance with universal values of love, compassion, and wisdom. Beyond karma, there are other parallels with this Hermetic principle in other philosophies. For instance, in Taoism, there's the notion of the yin and yang law, implying the interaction and balance of opposing and complementary forces. This principle also relates to the concept of cause and effect, as each action is considered to have its yin or yang counterpart that arises in response. There's also the law of return or law of reciprocity found in various spiritual philosophies, such as Christianity with the saying, "You reap what you sow," or in the New Thought philosophy. These traditions uphold that our actions and thoughts return to us in some manner, and what we send out into the world is what we receive. As you can see, there's a wealth of content related to this principle beyond the Kybalion. Below are some authors who have explored this principle in depth. Aristotle. The Greek philosopher Aristotle examined the principle of cause and effect in his work, Physics. He distinguished between 4 types of causes: material cause, formal cause, efficient cause, and final cause. This classification provides a framework for understanding how causes give rise to effects in the natural world. Thomas Aquinas. The medieval theologian and philosopher St. Thomas Aquinas also addressed the principle of cause and effect in his work. In his famous work, Summa Theologica, he discussed the concepts of efficient and final cause and how these principles relate to the existence of God. David Hume. The Scottish philosopher David Hume critically analyzed the principle of cause and effect in his work, An Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding. He questioned the idea that we can know the causal relationship between events based solely on experience, arguing that our perceptions are based on the repetition of events rather than on a necessary connection. Immanuel Kant. The German philosopher Immanuel Kant addressed the principle of cause and effect in his work, Critique of Pure Reason. He proposed that the causal relationship is an a priori way of understanding the world and is a necessary condition for human experience. Helena Blavatsky. The Russian philosopher and writer Helena Blavatsky, founder of the Theosophical Society, explored Hermetic principles in her esoteric works, such as The Secret Doctrine. She presented the idea that karma, as the law of cause and effect, governs spiritual evolution and human destiny. Understanding the principle of cause and effect holds profound implications in all areas of our lives. It urges us to take responsibility for our actions, cultivate mindfulness in our choices, and seek harmony in all our relationships. In the realm of ethics, this principle exhorts us to act justly, honestly, and respectfully towards others and ourselves. It reminds us that our actions have an impact on society as a whole, and that every small act of kindness contributes to creating a better world. In the realm of self-reflection and personal growth, the principle of cause and effect prompts us to examine our beliefs, thought patterns, and emotions. It compels us to explore the underlying causes of our behaviors and work on our inner transformation to generate positive effects in our lives and the lives of others. This principle is a fundamental pillar of Hermetic philosophy. It reveals that we live in an interconnected universe, where every action generates a reaction. It urges us to take responsibility for our choices, be aware of the consequences of our actions, and seek harmony and growth in all areas of our lives. This principle teaches us that our actions and thoughts are not isolated, but intertwined with the very fabric of the universe. It reminds us that we are co-creators of our reality and that our decisions have an impact both on ourselves and the world around us. By understanding and applying the principle of cause and effect, we can cultivate greater awareness and responsibility in our lives. We can learn to make more conscious and considerate decisions based on universal principles of love, truth, and harmony. In doing so, we align ourselves with the natural flow of existence and open ourselves to the limitless potential of our spiritual growth. Ultimately, the principle of cause and effect invites us to recognize our connection with the universe and actively participate in co-creating a higher reality. It reminds us that our actions matter and that every choice we make can make a difference in the very fabric of life. It also challenges us to be aware of our responsibility as human beings and as learners. It encourages us to make decisions based on ethical principles and be mindful of the repercussions of our actions. By living according to this principle, we strive to be examples of integrity and contribute to a better world. On the path of Hermetic philosophy, the principle of cause and effect serves as an invaluable guide for those seeking wisdom and self-realization. By understanding that we are active agents in the flow of causes and effects, we can take charge of our own spiritual evolution and contribute to the flourishing of humanity as a whole. If you enjoyed this video, we ask for your help in sharing the light of this knowledge by subscribing to our channel, liking and sharing this video with your friends and family. Your support is crucial to us and motivates us to continue sharing more valuable information with you. We invite you to participate in the comments section. We would love to hear your ideas, questions, and suggestions for future topics you'd like to see on our channel. Thank you again for your support, and remember, your like is our reward. A fraternal hug, and see you in the next video.